Well, hello, it's your old mate Dave Spencer back with you again, and what a pleasure to join you with some scenes from our various trips to Ukraine over the years. I think I visited there 6 times between 1995 right up to 2019, and we travelled to just about all the main population centres, especially those which had electric traction, so trams and trolleybuses galore, and anything else of interest we saw along the way, including some lorries. So what are we going to find on these? Well, I have no idea really. This is dipping into the past, isn't it? And yes, you know, we shall see what we shall see. But happy times, and we had a warm reception, friendly reception all around Ukraine. And we always think of those good times we spent there. So I hope you enjoy sharing them, and I'll get back to you at the end of the programme. How's that? Oh, hello, good afternoon, and welcome to SUMY. We're in the north of Ukraine, and it's very much a trolleybus city, and during the course of the afternoon we hope to see plenty of them, where you'll be filming right through to the afternoon rush hour. So let's see what we find. Thank you.
Сколько денег стоит? Что модель?
I think this is sort of down out, wander around. She says smile.
that's pretty good. We're getting it beeps from the drivers. It's actually, it seems a pretty friendly place, really. It's lunchtime. We spent the morning backtracking so we could take in the very small tramway at Conotop. It's about 40 miles away. It took about an hour and a half to get there in a taxi. We came back in a private car, but everybody's a taxi in Ukraine, potentially. We're about 30 miles from the Russian border here. We arrived here yesterday afternoon. A rather adventurous arrival, I'm afraid. Where we were booked in through booking.com turned out to be a private apartment and not a hotel at all. And anyway, when we tried to discuss the matter, the guy lost it, chucked our stuff out onto the landing. It was still a building site. The place wasn't even finished. There was no light in the corridors or lifts. It was pretty scary. And anyway, we got out and we found a shopping precinct which had a travel agency there, and they got a hold of the Right Carts Hotel. We'd stayed in one of that chain the night before, so all was well. And they fixed us up with the taxi which took us over to Conotop this morning. Unfortunately, as you can see, the weather here is glorious, but 40 miles away to the west in Conotop, it was heaving down. We had to buy an umbrella. We did our best in the rain. It would have been a place to linger and spend a day, but it wasn't the weather for it. Now there's plenty of trolley buses here, traditional ZIUs. There's just about everything under the sun. There's Arctics, we saw those yesterday afternoon. We arrived in the rush hour, so perhaps they're only out in the rush hour. Big smiles and hoots from the drivers, and they're obviously quite proud of their large trolleybus fleet in their city. They're busy repainting the white lines on the zebra crossing. We're pretty much at the heart of the city centre. There's a few pretties around and about. Park and statues and big fountains, and a river in the centre of things. This year's trip around Ukraine finishes off a 3-year jaunt which has covered just about all the places of electric traction interest. The Marushkas, the minibuses, pretty well have cleaned out a lot of places throughout Ukraine and Russia. Seen the back of the electric traction, the trams and trolley buses. They're nippy, they're fast, they're frequent, they're plentiful, and polluting, of course. So perhaps they've had their day. Perhaps the trolley bus will become dominant again one day. No lack of variety on the trolleys so far, except we haven't got any film yet of the Arctics. But from yesterday afternoon, we very much know they're around. So hopefully pick them up later on. Many of the well-known makes of trolleybus represented here. Even right through to the modern Bogdans made in Ukraine and the Belkomesh. Their trolleybuses come from the Belarus. try and fit the shots in between the slowly passing pedestrians. Seems to be a bit of a timing layover point, perhaps mid-route. Backbone of the trolleybus system seems to be one main road, and from that the other routes branch off, on and off. Got a lot of one-way working off the main drag. Well, if you sit there much longer, you're going to be absolutely full. It looks pretty busy already.
Well, hello, it's your old mate Dave Spencer back with you once again. How did you enjoy your trip to Ukraine? It was always a pleasure and always interesting, and we never knew quite what we'd see, so that suited us very well. Anyway, on behalf of myself, stay well, stay safe, and God willing, we're all going to meet up again for another one of our transport adventures in the very near future. For now, bye everybody, bye bye.